Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Okay, let's address a couple of things. I know you guys like this post from a guy named Ariel. I want to make sure that we're clear on what might have been said, and then go over what's going on in the news in Iraq in regards to Turkey. So let's jump into this. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Often I get you guys running posts from this guy. And I said, well, you have to take a lot of things that is being said and kind of dissect it just a little bit. So let's go over this post. I said, people, it's really this simple. If Iraq's original exchange rate in the 80s was $3, and they told their citizens they want to go back to the previous era or prosperity, they are obviously not referring to any current exchange rate. But see, that's the whole thing. We don't know what they're talking about when they say previous era. Nobody said specifically that it was the exchange rate they're talking about. Could have been a time when the citizens were more free. It could have been a time when Iraq was definitely more prosperous. They definitely weren't that prosperous under Saddam Hussein. So what are they talking about? Nobody knows. But I understand the reason for the excitement. I'm hoping, just like you are, that they mean it reinstated the $3.22 exchange rate. That would be sweet. And let's say for the sake of it, they are. If that's the case, then we have to approach this differently. This is not something you have to pray, hope, and wish for. I don't know about that, dude. You better be praying about this stuff. Not that it happens, but you should be praying anyways. You're hearing this from the economists, the governors, the finance deputies. They just announced they have completed all requirements to join the World Trade Organization, and an announcement of their accession is imminent. That's true. I agree with that. They want to come out strong because they have an entire country to rebuild. $1 is not going to do the trick. $2 will get them, but not enough to transform the country. $3 will do the trick. Even if they come out with a $2.70 exchange rate, they are 30 cents shy, which will move up very quickly to 3-to-1 range. Now, there we go again. That's under the assumption that Iraq cannot get anything accomplished with the current exchange rate that they have, when they've been doing it now for 20 years. But let's just, for the sake of it, let's say he's right. Let's say that's the right thing. They want to go back to that 322 rate, okay? Let's say we agree with that 100%. So let me ask you something. Do you honestly and really believe they're going to reinstate the exchange rate to $3.22 per dinar with the current banknotes the way they are? No, they're not. That's why there's all this talk about the deletion of the zeros. Taking a $25,000 dinar and turning it into a 25 dinar. I guarantee you, and I promise you this, even if these two notes go side by side, that just means they have equal value between the two of them. If they reinstate the exchange rate to $3.22 per dinar, do you think they're going to exchange it with this dinar at 25,000 dinars? Or are they going to do it at the 25 dinar? And even if these two are side by side and they're supposed to equal in value, which means to the Iraqi people, your 25,000 dinar, whether you have a 25,000 dinar note or not, is still going to be equal in value to the 25 dinar. So even if you brought these in and they change the exchange rate, they're not going to treat it like a 25,000 dinar. They're going to treat it like a 25 dinar. So is it possible they want to get back to that $3.22 exchange rate? Sure they do. Absolutely. The previous era, remember, we're going to go there. But they ain't going to do it while these banknotes are out like this. They're going to make the announcement to delete the zeros. So take all of your dinar you have, add them together, remove 3 zeros, multiply it times $3.22. Because he's right. Hey, you guys, how are they going to rebuild their country with an exchange rate of $1 or even $2? They can't. They got to do it at $3. But they're not going to do it with their currency looking like this. They're going to do it with their currency looking like this. Come on now, that's why I want it to go up in increments. And I love how everybody's out there going, wow, they're going to at least run side by side for 10 years. The last time they did this, it only took them 6 months. So even if they run like this for 10 years, so when you go to bring in your Iraqi dinars, do you think they're going to honor this with the new exchange rate? Or do you think they're going to honor this after they made the announcement of the deletion of the zeros? Once the announcement is made, and we're told that these are going to run side by side, what they're going to tell you is, from now on, this 25,000 dinar is going to have the same equivalent value as the 25 dinar. And by the way, we changed our exchange rate to $3.22. You can't be over going, that's just in country, man. They're going to have to honor this times 322. Nope. They already know they deleted the zeros. And that these two are running side by side for 10 years. That means the 25,000 dinar note only has the same value as a 25 note. So go ahead and times it times 322. This would be 25 times 322. I know you guys are out there hyping about this stuff and you think this is what's going to happen. It's not. They don't have the money to make that happen. They don't have everything they need, not yet, to allow you to come in and exchange this hyperinflated dollar for $3.22. Not going to happen. That makes no sense to anybody that's in the country. This isn't about what you hope and you pray for and you want and you think you should get. They don't give a crap about that. Let's get that through your head first and foremost. It's about what's best for that country. Period. It's about what's best for the Iraqi people. And although you're going, they would get rich off, though they don't. They live in a country, so it don't make a difference to them. The only thing that changes in country is their purchasing power. So once they delete these zeros, the 25,000 dinar becomes a 25 dinar note. When you go to the store, this 25,000 dinar and this 25 dinar can buy only the same thing because they're equivalent in value. Just because you have extra zeros on your dinar note doesn't mean you get to take advantage of the exchange rate and get $3.22 times 25,000. That's not how it works. That's why I keep telling you guys, man, you want this to go up in increments. You don't want them to delete the zeros. Not yet. You hope and pray to God that they lift it up enough to where you can make a pretty good chunk of change before they delete the zeros. But you go out there and you believe all the things you're being told. I mean, let's just ignore common sense. Let's ignore what this would do to the economy. Let's ignore the fact that this is more about the Iraqi people and not you. Just screw all that. We over here that are dinar investors, well, we want our money. We want our millions and millions of dollars. Screw you guys over there. Not going to happen. So yes, I heard them say they want to return to the previous era. But nobody really knows what that means. Sure, you can guess all you want. If they are talking about the exchange rate and they're talking about going to the reinstating the $3.22 exchange rate, good. Well, let's hope it happens, right? But I'm going to tell you this. They know better. Before they agree to give that exchange rate, I promise you, boo-boo, they're going to delete the zeros. Then they'll make that change to the previous era of $3.22. They're not going to do it with this note. They're going to do it with that note. Now, of course, our hopes and prayers are that they go ahead and keep this note, the 25,000 dinar, and change the exchange rate first, allowing us to go in there and get millions of dollars. I don't want everybody sending me Kim Clement videos and shit like that. I want you to put yourself in their shoes. You are responsible for the Iraqi people. You are. You run in the government. Your job is to take care of your people. If you know that they've been doing the study of the deletion of the zeros, and you know you're going to reinstate the exchange rate to $3.22, forget about your own personal feelings. I'm asking you to put yourself in the government's shoes. Are you going to allow that exchange rate to be honored with this particular banknote of 25,000 dinar? Or are you going to wait to delete the zeros and then announce the 322 exchange rate? Put all prejudices and biases aside. You are in the Iraqi government. You need to do what's best for your people. This will help with their prosperity. How do you think changing the exchange rate to 322 with the 25,000 dinar is going to help their prosperity? You have trillions of dollars leaving Iraq. Now, wouldn't they become more prosperous if you deleted the zeros and then did the 322 rate? Just let that sink in. By the way, the guy out there with the codes, you know what I mean? We won't mention Mike C's name over there with Mark. But anyways, this is his house right there. Do you suppose that's where the guy with the secret codes to unlock all the wealth of the world is living at? I mean, he's patriotic. I appreciate that. But I'm just letting you guys know. Just wondering what your thoughts are. So yes, this post looks nice. It's exciting. You guys, let's jump up and down. We want them to go to their past era. Of course we do. Hold your horses, Sparky. I would love it just like you guys would if they would change the exchange rate with the current currency that we have. No deleting of the zeros. Give us that 322 exchange rate. But again, I ask you, put yourself in their place. Take away all biases. You're there to do what's best for the Iraqi people. Sure, you would love to go to that 322 exchange rate, but are they going to do that exchange rate with the currency the way it is now? Or are they going to delete the zeros first? I'm asking you to be honest with yourself, and then you let me know. Anyways, I look forward to your comments and bitching, and then I'll get back to you later. I'm out.